what's up DC Nation, welcome back to another video. And guys, if you like the video, give a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, so I always bring this content every day that you don't want to miss out on. Now guys, Justice League number 41, this is part 2 of the invasion of Supermen, which is pretty much like part 2 of Robert Venditti. I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, but this is part 2 of his storyline. It's been 2 issues since Scott Snyder left, and the last issue I thought was solid, but it was way too simple and it was kind of straightforward, and the art was really carrying Doug Moench. And this issue, you don't got no Doug Moench, alright? Like, Doug Moench, he's not in this issue at all as artist. We got like a new artist, and the art in the issue is not bad, but it's not that amazing too, because like it's very like simple art. It looks a little dated. Like it looks like the kind of art you would see maybe early 2000s, not 2020. Like you compare this art to Doug Moench, Tony S. Daniel, George Jimenez, all these big names with like the Justice League run, like Scott Snyder, it just doesn't really hold up. Now it doesn't really like destroy the flow of the story at all. Like there's some like comics that have like art that looks like dated and like destroys the flow because you're like, that looks weird, that looks weird. Where this issue, the only part that really caught me off guard was at the end of the issue, like where the villain, he's holding Wonder Woman, the Eradicator. He's like an evil Superman. He's holding Wonder Woman up, and it just looks like weird proportionally. All right, like it doesn't look like a good image at all. But other than that, the art, it flows well enough. And though I'm a little disappointed that Justice League has went from this series that has like great artists, George Jimenez and stuff, and it just looks like it's one of the best looking comics on the stand, to this, it's a little disappointing, but it still holds up a little bit. Now, to the story, it continues the whole invasion thing. You see Superman, he fights out the Eradicator, and you see like it starts out the issue, they're at the Daily Planet, and this one guy's suit gets messed up, and they're talking about how Superman like pretty much exposed himself as Clark Kent, which like DC has been like saying that in every freaking DC comic for like the past month. And at first I was like, okay, that's good, like they're making it, it's like gonna be official, it's not just a fake out. But now it's just kind of like, alright, stop mentioning it, alright? Like, we get it, but now it's just like getting annoying because we get like 2 pages in every single issue I read of DC Comics talking about, hey, did you know that Superman revealed his identity? Which, that's great and all, but come on. And guys, we also see a lot of action in this issue, and the action does look cool. Flash gets his ass beat. Like, I don't get what's happening with Flash. Like, Flash is like, oh, I was happy to fight with all of you. I'm like, Flash, why are you not fighting as much? Like, yeah, he does some speedster tricks and stuff, but he looks kind of weak. And the last issue, he was having like problems with the Speed Force. So, are they going to dig deep into that? Like, I would actually really like to see that. But so far, what they're doing, I'm like, alright, it's just kind of, I'm curious. Well, I'm skeptical because I don't want them to screw up this. I hope it's not just like a simple thing like, oh, I was just hesitating because I can't fight off. Or, no, the Speed Force isn't as good. Like, technically in the Flash series, the Speed Force is a little out of control. But that doesn't really translate to this comic. Because in that series, in the Flash comic, his like, Speed Force was super out of control. But in this one, it's just kind of like, oh, he's hesitating to fight back. He's having some problems in fighting, which is just kind of weird and haven't explained it yet. But so far, I'm not going to complain too much on it, because maybe what they'll explain, like future issues, is actually really good. Now, my favorite part of the issue is Batman and Mount Xanadu. Like, that part is really good. We're talking about, like, King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, how Batman protects Gotham City. It's actually a pretty good scene, and then they team up and fight out the Eradicator, and they get all the Justice League out of there. Like, the Justice League get beat up, alright? They get beat up by the Eradicator and his, like, minions, kinda, like the Daxamites, or like, enhanced Daxamites. And they get beat up, and Batman and Mount Xanadu are like the only ones that save them. And they get away, and it rushes to the finish line. Like, they get away, and all of a sudden the Eradicator is in the Hall of Justice. I think it's the Hall of Justice. And he's talking to the world, and he's like, not even your heroes in the sky can save you. And it shows him holding Wonder Woman up, which at first, I thought Wonder Woman got away, right? Like, she said, oh, I'll stay back and fight. But I saw all of them go through there. Like, I thought I saw all of them go through there. And then all of a sudden, we see Wonder Woman. She's like pretty much defeated by the Eradicator. I'm like, alright, like it just felt kind of rushed at the end. So we went from like a big action sequence, the turning point, to, oh, now we're at a new part of the storyline. And it's just, I wish they like gave more time to that. Like if the issue ended with just them getting away and the Eradicator just like showing up to the Hall of Justice, or he's like fighting off Wonder Woman and he beats her, that would have been fine. But due to the whole like simple thing, oh, he's announcing to the world, oh, I'm gonna destroy the Earth. It's an invasion, and I defeated one of your best heroes. It just feels kind of like straightforward, and it's not really like awesome, right? Like after reading Scott Snyder's run, it's really awesome run, even though it kind of ended like it ended too soon, but it was a lot of complicated and cool stuff in each issue. Where this, to sum it up, all it is an invasion of Superman show up, they fight the Justice League, they're losing, Batman gets some help, saves them, and then one of the heroes is now like defeated by the Eradicator, and they have to go save that hero, who is Wonder Woman. So that's not really, it's simple, like anybody can write that. Which I expected more from Robert Venditti, which again I'm probably pronouncing wrong, because he did Green Lantern. His Green Lantern series was really great. Now, this like whole Invasion of Superman story arc could come better, but right now I feel like it's kind of filler. Like I still recommend it, like still go check it out, give your own opinion on it, but it's not super awesome. Like it's nowhere, like it's not as bad as the whole Rebirth, like the Justice League Rebirth, but it's nowhere near Scott Snyder's run, so it's kind of middle of the road. You guys, overall, I'm gonna give this issue a 7.2 out of 10. I'm kind of being nice on it because I still enjoyed it. Like it was a quick read. It didn't like waste my time. It wasn't like a slog to read through. But at the same time, it's a little forgettable. But I'm still gonna hold out on it because if the next issues are like really great, then this issue's score really holds up. But if the next issues are straightforward, it sucks and kind of ends kind of like, okay, why did I read this? Then the score will just drop. But yeah, guys, in the comments section below, tell me what you thought about this issue. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you like wishing Scott Snyder's back? Do you like the story with like the Invasion of Superman? And are you excited for the future of this Justice League series? And guys, if you like the video, give a big thumbs up and have you up, bro. Subscribe to my channel because I do great content every day that you don't want to miss. Alright, guys, that's the video. Peace out.